Welcome back. I'm Zoe Flowers. Thank you for coming to the Magic Hours. Okay, so let's get into this February reading. So the first card I have here is the Divine Masculine. Maybe I'll read that actually. And then we have the Fire. So for me, right off the bat, this feels like February is going to be a month where we step into our action bag. I always look at January as kind of like a sleeper month because we're like, at least for me, easing myself into the new year. That's like a new thing for me. Before I used to like jump right in like everybody else, but over the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 years or so, I usually ease into the year in January, and then by March, I'm ready to go. Okay. And so it looks like if there were any projects or anything like that, now is the time to move those things forward. However, because fire also separates, this feels like for other people in the collective, this is going to be a continued, oh, thank you, Spirit, a continued breakdown, a continued separation about the idea of the divine masculine and what the divine masculine looks like, how the divine masculine acts, especially on a global stage. There's going to be more of a call for the higher levels of the divine masculine. And if you know anything about me, like this whole masculine feminine thing, I've been like trying to not talk about it so much in life and not paying attention to it so much, but the cards are here, so I'm talking about it. All right. Because I do believe that a lot of these things are outdated, attributes. So, and maybe that's something, no, Spirit's like, no, it ain't coming forward. No, it's not coming forward in February. No, scratch that. Okay. So yeah. So for the collective, again, shifting the idea of what the divine masculine needs to look like. What are the components? What does the divine masculine need to have in order for it to be considered divine? This is a rethinking, a redoing, a reimagining about divinity and about masculinity. And a lot of this is being fueled by many things that are happening across the world. People are looking at themselves, even if they're not saying anything, which is good to hear, Spirit, because I thought people was just bugging, but they're looking at things, they're taking things over, they're stewing on the inside, and they're not necessarily spilling it out yet. This will come out more in the spring. But for right now, people are still questioning their beliefs. They're questioning their place in the world. They're questioning who they are. This will continue through February. And this is not an easy process. 3 of Cups in reverse. This is not a celebratory time for lots and lots of people, because ever since COVID, there has been a paradigm shift. There have been doors opening, there have been doors closing, and people are being forced to look at themselves in ways that they did not look at them before. Now, people who love to look at themselves, people with heavy Saturnian placements, heavy Mercury placements, that's it. They are not scared of introspection for the purpose of giving that information out to the world. There will be more opportunities for this in February. If you have a calling on your heart, if you have an idea, if you have a course, the idea is to keep refining all throughout February. Again, slow process, okay? Yes, you can move on things, but we're still not like, That's more March, when we will be in Aries season, when we will be ready to go. 4 of Cups. This can be a card of holding on too tightly. It can be a card of hoarding your resources. And that is the message still for February, okay? Not in a selfish way. I've never noticed these flames before with this 4 of Pentacles. But when I look at it now, it's like the call is coming from inside the house. The call is coming from inside the house. What needs to be transmuted? Because the thing about fire is it transmutes and it transforms. So perhaps there's also something here, because we have this 6 of Pentacles, which has to do with giving and receiving. And this is peeking out. We're going to keep going with the flames. This Judgment card here. February, if we work it correctly, can be a very transformational month. Totally throwing out old, outdated ideas. Because this all reminds me of fire. This reminds me of fire signs, 100%. And we have all this fire here. So it really is time to transform how we look at giving and receiving, and also our resources. This card always gives me pause because it always feels like, is it charity, or are you trying to get me into like a devil situation where soon I become obsessed and possessed? Because I never noticed before how this hand is red. And so again, we really need to look at not only how we think we have to make our money, how we make our money, who we align ourselves with, even down to like banking and things like that. We just want to, and then this right here too, moving away from juggling. In February 2024, the question is, how can my resources flow to me like this? Who are the responsible, ethical partners that can help me in my quest and bring me to a smoother way of balancing out my resources so that I'm not constantly juggling? Right. This swords are all about ideas. This person, you can't really see it in this deck, but you can see it in the other Rider-Waite, could unloose themselves at any time. This person could shimmy, shimmy, shimmy out of these ropes and take the swords off of their eyes. And so instead of being held captive by your thoughts, how can my thoughts free me? How can my imagination free me? How can, and that is Aquarius, all about imagination, the future. I love that. And once we've taken those blinders off, look who shows up on the scene. Not the King of Pentacles. We've got a lot of pentacles here. And so whatever this idea is, whatever this revelation is that we are going to have, is going to bring more and more and more and more of the resources. And of course, the more resources we have, if we care about global things, the more we will be able to help the collective. Okay, so that is what I have. They want to do something about mindset. The mindset for February. Crystal, no crystal. What is the mindset for February? Holy crap. I mean, this Jupiter expansion fell, so we're going to just take it out. What is the mindset? Well, obviously abundance, the number 7. What is the mindset? That's way too many cards. What is the mindset? What's happening? Oh, okay. Okay. We'll take that. We'll take that, and we'll take this too. I'll talk about that too. So our mindset is abundance. Our mindset is balancing. Didn't I say that? Going from juggling to balancing. And then we have sacrifice in reverse. And that to me is this. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, if I do that, this is going to happen. Oh, blah, 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 blah. No, we're throwing sacrifice out. Okay. Unless we're like doing like, I don't know, a cleanse or something like that, where we're taking things out of our diet or we're boycotting or something like that. But the idea of sacrifice, we're going to kick that out. We're going to trade that. We're going to transmute the sacrifice mindset for abundance and balance. How about that? How about that? Okay, that's what I have for you. I'll see you soon. Bye.